Hey, shalom, shalom. Hey, first and foremost, I'd like to start off giving all honor and glory and praise and worship to, infinite praise and worship to YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, RAWCHAA, HAQADASH. Double honors to our apostle of the bishop, great millstone who rule well. Great millstone who rule well. Peace, I taste to the hopeful elect. It's your brother HAQADASH representing Jumas branch here in Cleveland, Lord willing, to bring out edifying lesson through the spirit and power of YAHAWASHI, YAHAWASHI. It's a lot going on out here, but just a quick dream and testimony, man. We getting close to the time of the Lord taking away his word from being spoken. All right, we're getting close to the time of the prophets being taken off the street, and that's what the dreaming was about, you know, and just the truth being sealed up. All right, people not being able to receive the answers anymore. All right, it's gonna be too late, and that's what we're getting ready to come into. They're gonna censorship. All right, put our speech under censorship, man. All right, this police state that's being built right before you is getting ready to manifest itself at a high level. I wrote my dream down because, bro, it was so intense that, like, it was like I was there. It was like what is it, man? It was like I was there. It was like it was happening in real life at that moment. You know what I'm saying? I woke up, my head was hurting. You know what I'm saying? I woke up, my head was hurting. It was just so intense. It didn't feel like I dreamed it. You know what I'm saying? And I had wrote this down, sent it to the chat, to bros. But it says the precept right here, Proverbs 24:3, through wisdom is an house builded, and by understanding it is established. All right, that's the spirit, because this precept was put here by accident, you know, and but it goes perfect with the dream as well, because you know, it goes perfect with the dream as well, because through wisdom this house is built, right? Through wisdom will we be preserved. It says wisdom and discretion shall preserve thee, roughly paraphrasing, you know. And the times getting ready to go into that wisdom is the word, all right, the knowledge, wisdom and understanding of YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, all right, which is going to be able to keep our minds stable in a time of chaos. All right, so that's what this dream was about, the ones who had the secrets. All right, so I'm gonna read it. It says, if you ain't in the know, it says, if you ain't in the know, you're effed. All right, and that's what it was coming down. That's what it came down to in the dream. I had a dream about people that didn't know the secrets and code words and names, etc., regarding YAHAWASHI, YAHAWASHI. They was really fucked, or really salakia, but they was really messed up, because they didn't have the words of life. All right, when life mattered the most, right? When you were faced with life and death situations, or life and death life or death options, you know, like I said, situations. All right, life didn't fight for you, right? Because you lived your whole life in death, and that's what's getting ready to happen on the earth. The ones who've been practicing living in life are living, like the scriptures say, keep his ways and live. You know, it says people was asking questions, and the ones that knew the secrets of YAHAWASHI, YAHAWASHI would answer what it wasn't recognizable or understandable to the ones outside of the inner circle, meaning the ones who of the hopeful elect. All right, the hopeful elect, the 144,000, all right, in a large multitude, the ones that are sealed for salvation. All right, those are the ones who know the secrets, right? The breakdowns, the parables, the dark sayings of Yahawashi, right? Who Yahawah, why Yahawashi is, their name, all right? How the heavens, all right? The things that take place in the heavens and on earth, whether it be the councils that take place in the heavens to some degree, or to the things, the spiritual things that happen on earth. The Lord has restored our memory. All right, we think like gods and things like that. That's the inner circle, bro. All right, the ones that can comprehend it, like reincarnation. All right, the things of the scriptures, right? The things that people scoff at, and the secrets, the codes. All right, the message, right? It says only the ones inside the know could pick up what was seemed to be gibberish, right? Because when what was being said was it sounded like I wasn't saying anything, but I was trying to speak, like I was talking, because they would ask a question, and I will at first I couldn't talk, and then when something came out, it sounded like that. You know what I'm saying? But then as the more I tried, more of that sound came out, like, right? But I actually was saying something. To them, I wasn't saying nothing, right? It sounded like I was underwater. But to the ones that could hear, all right, it was words unto them. All right, it was a prayer. You know what I'm saying? It was directions. It was information. You know what I'm saying? And that's heavy. And it was like, and then when I would talk, like I said, like at first I couldn't, then that would come out. But then it says, every time I went to respond to the outside of the know, which are the elect, the hopeful elect, it was like I was mentally challenged, dumb even. I couldn't speak, but when I could actually get something out, it sounded like I was a deaf person, but the inner circle could still actually understand me. That's all I remember. And that's what I just said. And then obviously this is a precept that you think about, Ezekiel 3:25-26. It says, man, this guy right here. But thou, O son of man, behold, they shall put bands upon thee, and shall bind thee with them, and thou shalt not go out among them. And I will make thy tongue cleave to the roof of thy mouth, that thou shalt be dumb, and shall not be to them a reprover, for they are a rebellious house. Right, talking about the nation of Israel. All right, because that's who salvation is for. So therefore, if salvation is for the nation of Israel, that would mean that the message that we teach and preach is for the nation of Israel. So if you don't listen to that message or take heed to that message of the nation of Israel, all right, doubt that brings on judgment, right? And that would be the rebellious house, because the message is for Israel. So that means that when darkness is actually noticeable on the earth, I should say, you're gonna look for the prophets and not be able to find them. And if you do find a prophet, he's not gonna be unto you a reprover. Okay, he's not going to correct you and tell you the right way. Okay, he's not going to tell you the right things in the right way. All right, in that time, because it's going to be too late to receive the ways of life. The ways of life keep you living, right? The living water keeps you alive. Dead water kills you, right? It's acidic water versus alkalinic water, so you can understand. Right, alkaline spring water, coming from the ground, all right, with all the minerals and nutrients. That's what Yahawashi is. That's what he told the lady in the well in St. John 4. You know You know what I'm saying? So this word actually keeps us alive, literally. All right? So in a time where we are trying to stay alive, we're going to need the ways of life, which is Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI. You understand? So that's the time we're coming into. That's what we're getting ready to witness on the earth. It was heavy, man. It was just quick, something quick. And it was so intense. Like I said, it felt like it was happening already. So we might be close, Lord willing. I'd like to give all honor and glory and praise and worship to our power. Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, RAWCHAA, HAQADASH. Double honors to our apostle, Elder Bishop Great Millstone. We will. Peace, I taste that overlay. Till next time, waffle out ball, Bible ball. Shalom.